Hello, this video is about traveling alone. I already traveled alone a lot, I can say. Uh, I'm not the most experienced traveler, but I've lived abroad for 2 times. I know around, I don't know, 20 or 25 different countries, probably hundreds of cities. And I would say that a good portion, maybe 1/3 of them alone, something like that. I'm not sure, but I think I can teach about that. At least the biggest part of the audience, and mainly if you are searching about that. The thing about traveling alone that is the biggest advantage is that you own 100% of the schedule and everything that you will be doing. And that's completely fantastic because you don't need to follow the dumb plans that the other people have. And I think that my first tip is connected to that. I think that plans are important when you have people, like a group of people involved. Otherwise, it doesn't work without a plan. But when you are traveling alone, I would like to give you this tip that I think that you shouldn't plan all the things that you will be doing because you will meet people. If you are alone, there is a good chance that you meet people in the journey, that you will be joining a group and so on. And if you have all the things that you will be doing already planned, all the hotels already booked and so on, you will not have the flexibility. And I think that you should take advantage that you are alone, should be flexible, and you can think like, oh my god, mas um, if I don't book the hotel in advance, I'll be paying a lot, or maybe I will not find a place for me to sleep. What will happen with me? It will not be like that. I already did that multiple times when I was traveling alone, and many times I was booking the hotel in the same day. Like, there is always somewhere for you to be, like all these different platforms that we have nowadays and so on. Just in occasions that it's like a very big event going on in a particular city, maybe they are all booked, but most of the times you should be fine, right? So my first tip is be sure that you use in a good way this flexibility. And it's not just about booking the hotel and things like that. It's, like, even for example, if you are visiting for the first time a new country and you are going into like 5 different cities there, don't buy all the train tickets in advance. Like, wait and see how you'll be enjoying a particular city. Let's say that is the best city that you ever went. Why you wouldn't spend more time there if you were enjoying, like, why this need of having a very defined plan? Why this need of having a list of places that you would like to go and so on? So take advantage of the flexibility that you can have because you are alone. That's the main thing that I believe that you should have in mind. Other things like, it can be challenging when you are alone, things about security, mainly if you are a woman. But for example, I think sometimes it can get weird if you are alone in a room of a hostel, let's say, and that you are the only one that is not part of the group that all the other people are part of, and you can be concerned about your stuff when you are sleeping or when you are going out and so on. So when I am alone, I think that I usually prefer to, try to be in places that I'm not concerned about security. I would probably not travel to a country that I don't consider secure if I'm traveling alone. Because if I'm going on vacation, I don't want to be concerned about things. I want to feel comfortable, feel confident about everything happening, right? So I can be wrong on that. Maybe that's a way that I think about that. That is a limitation for me. But I wouldn't travel alone to places that I don't consider safe because I don't know, like it can spoil the experience can be bad. I can get in trouble, and there are so many places in the world that are very safe and so on. So maybe travel to the ones that are safe alone, if you will, and to the ones that are not safe in a group, right? So it's better. What else? What else do I consider important? Yeah, maybe maybe we could talk about the things that you miss when you are traveling alone, that being inside the group is an advantage. I already talked about security, but the next one, I think it's important to have, like, for me it's meaningful to have pictures from the place that you went, right? So I think you should have a way that you can take pictures from you from a distance that you wouldn't be able to hold your smartphone. So all these like selfie sticks and even like Apple Watches that you can place your phone somewhere and take the picture from distance and so on. I think these things are things that you need to have in mind to not miss these kind of things that are cool during a trip. Just because you are alone, there is always a way that you can have a workaround to fill those gaps, right? So anything else that is a disadvantage of having a trip alone? I don't think so. It's usually very cool. I think that's it, guys. Drop a comment if you think that there is anything that I've missed that you should take into consideration. And well, let's travel alone should be normalized. See you in the next one. Bye.